computer question, if you have a computer problem, if something's not working, now is your chance to get your problem solved for free. Give us a call, 772 340 1590, and let's see whether we can help you on this show resolve your computer problem. Also, we do have technicians that are standing by in the shop ready to resolve computer problems, and we'll be there today until 2, but you don't have to wait until then. Remember, computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer and technical questions, ready to help you resolve your computer and technical issues. So give us a call here, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. I'm going to head over to LinkedIn and X, and which used to be Twitter, and also Facebook, and share this show so that my friends can see it. You may want to do the same so that, hey, you don't always want to keep all this information just to yourself. It's important to be able to share this information with others so that they can watch it and listen to it as well. Why should you be the one that has all the computer knowledge? Let's share the wealth here. So we're doing that, and so one of the things we talked about last week, we did show how you can actually watch NASCAR racing on a streaming platform. And last week's race was actually broadcast on Fox, as this week's race will be broadcast on Fox as well. And so one of the options that you actually have with Fox, you can actually get a digital antenna, and you can really, most of the people in our listening area will be able to get a digital antenna, even if it's one of the cheap ones that you just stick on the window in your house. Most of the people will be able to get Fox, and definitely, if you get one of the higher powered ones that's designed to go in your attic or outside. Even if you don't stick it outside or in your attic, you should be able to get Fox. So if you're into NASCAR, you should be able to do that. Well, another thing that's happening right now is Major League Baseball. We have what we have going on right now is we actually have the Major League Baseball spring training going on, and then that's of course followed by the regular season. Well, you can watch, there are certain games that are broadcast, and in the old days you only had maybe one or two games that you could watch a week, period. Nowadays you can actually watch every game of the season with certain blackout restrictions, and there are some ways, by the way, to watch Major League Baseball games for free. And one of those ways is with the free game of the day. And I'm not 100% sure whether they have that, whether MLB offers that in the preseason or the spring training or not. But I know that during the regular season, they let you watch one game for free every day. Now, it's not always your team. So if you like, let's say, the Pittsburgh Pirates, or maybe you like the Philadelphia Phillies, or you're a Cincinnati Reds fan, or Montreal fan, or Diamondbacks fan, whatever team you like and you're into. Maybe you want to watch Shohei Ohtani with the Dodgers, or you want to watch the Yankees or the Mets. Well, you can't watch your team every day for free, but you can watch a game every day for free, and that's the MLB. You just go to MLB.com. You can actually sign up for an account. You don't have to pay anything. If you have a smart TV, and when I say smart TV, there are a lot of TVs that claim to be smart, but really the ones I'm talking about are ones that have Roku, Amazon, the Amazon Fire Stick, or Apple TV. and really most TVs, the predominant platform is Roku. And if your TV doesn't have Roku, or you don't have access to the Fire Stick, or you don't have access to Apple TV, you can actually go and buy a Roku device. And with the Roku device, you can actually, or a Roku TV, or an Amazon Fire TV, or an Apple TV, you can actually install the MLB app. You can watch this on your phone. You can watch this on your computer. You could connect your computer to your television and stream the show out there. Or you could also watch it on the MLB app on your TV. This is a free way to watch games. Again, it's going to be, if you like a variety, you want to see a lot of different teams. Some days you're going to see your team, your favorite team, or maybe a team that you like. You will see Shohei Ohtani periodically. They'll periodically show Yankees games. Periodically they'll show Mets games. Periodically they'll show throughout the year they're going to show every team. But again, you're not going to be able to choose. Now, they do also have some subscription packages where you actually pay money, and by paying money, you can actually get additional features. And one of the things that you can get is MLB At Bat. This is $29.99 per year. This allows you to listen to every game live with no blackouts. So you listen to it, not watch it. But you can also watch minor league games and MLB Big Inning. That's $29.99 a year, so that's pretty cheap. They also have, if you think about everything that you can get from this and how many games that they have MLB TV, all teams, $149.99 per year. You can stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, which means you can watch it while it's happening, or you can watch it after the fact whenever you want to. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. So if the stadium isn't sold out, well, you might not be able to watch that game. But just think about it. If you are a fan, and you want to watch your team all the time, well, you can do that for $150 a year. And this is something, again, this is a subscription. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on your television. You can watch it on a tablet. The phone would have to be a smartphone. I'm really not into watching television on a phone. It's kind of small. And really, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't even watch a lot of games, but it is nice to watch a game sometimes. And some of you, I know, are very into it, and you want to see every single game that your team, your favorite team, plays. And again, subject to blackout and other restrictions, you can do that with this subscription, $149.99 per year. And this, by the way, is not dependent on a cable TV package. So you don't have to actually subscribe to cable TV to get this. You don't have to have Dish or DirecTV. You don't have to have a streaming package. This is direct with MLB TV, and you can actually go to MLB.com. You can actually do a search, or you can probably go. Let me just see MLB.tv. Let me see where that takes us. Probably takes us to the same place. It does. So just go to MLB.tv. Just type that into the address bar and of your browser. That'll take you there. You can sign up. Again, one of the things that you do have with this, again, free game of the day. So if you want to watch and you don't care which team you're watching, it's a great way to be able to watch that. So they do also, by the way, you can pay monthly. So if you want to pay monthly, those subscriptions, the at-bat, the lower subscription, where you can listen to the games and also watch the preseason games, that's $3.99 a month. Or the MLB TV All Teams, that's where you can watch every game, subject to blackout and other restrictions, $29.99 a month. And so that's how you can do that. Really a pretty cool way to be able to watch those games without a subscription and really be able to watch every game that your team plays, again subject to blackout and other restrictions. But hey, it's not a bad deal, because I mean really you're looking at less than $1 a game.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090. 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comments section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio, this is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page, or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer and technical questions, ready to help you resolve your computer and technical questions as well. Not only your computer and technical questions, but also cybersecurity questions, streaming questions. We can help you with all of that, and there's so much that we deal with today. It's not just computers. We have our phones, we have our tablets, we have our smart thermostats, smart televisions, all these different things, even cameras and doorbells and all kinds of different technology. As I've mentioned to you guys before, I water my garden with a smart device that actually does drip irrigation. It's part of a drip irrigation system. And from my phone, I can turn that on or off, and it actually knows when it's going to rain, and it puts the system into a rain delay when it knows that rain is coming, and so that saves water, and I don't even have to remember when to water. It just waters for me on a set time and pattern based on what preferences that I have set. So there's so many different devices in houses and businesses today that connect to the internet. We even have smart switches that we use in various business applications, that because sometimes the internet doesn't work well, and power cycling your modem and your router resolves that issue. Well, the routers that we commonly use actually power cycle. We can configure those to power cycle every day around a set time, and and we also can install smart switches to configure the other network devices, such as the modem, to actually power cycle. So it actually turns off, stays off for a minute, and then turns back on. And that happens, by the way, not during the middle of the day when you're busy and you really need everything to work. It happens before you get to work. Whatever time that we set it to happen, it can happen. This happens automatically without any user intervention. We even have these on some devices where they have actually antennas that are providing wireless internet, and what we found is that sometimes when they're on all the time, there are problems, and just power cycling the device can actually help bring it back online and make sure everything's working good. So some of these devices we have configured, not all at the same time, but at different times of the day, to actually power off for a minute and then power back on. And what happens is the device has time to totally reset. When it comes back on, it works. It's kind of like your computer. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. We had a customer that came in, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday, and he was having a problem. He was saying, look at this. I go to save a file, and look, it just spins. It takes forever. We restarted the computer and came back up, and lo and behold, he opened the same file, clicked save, and immediately it pops up. He's able to navigate where he wants to save it. He's able to choose to save it and save it without any spinning circle or any delay or any type of thing. And we just said, listen, sometimes you need to restart your computer. He said, I just don't restart it. I just close the lid and, I just keep going. Well, sometimes it does help to restart your computer, and sometimes it helps to restart your network devices as well. So we use some of these smart switches again to actually program that so that it can happen every day on a set schedule at a time where you don't actually need the service. And depending on what type of modem you're power cycling, or what type of device you're power cycling, it may take a few minutes after it turns back on for it to actually come back up and work and have everything functioning properly. But what we actually are looking at is making sure that the system is running properly, making sure that everything is okay, and giving you really the best opportunity of having everything work throughout the business day. If you are a business or a medical office or a dental office or a church. I mean, one of the things I do before this radio show, I restart my computer every single time before the radio show. Why do I do that? Well, I know I'm going to have the best performance, the best optimal. Everything's going to work the best after I do a clean boot. After I shut down the computer and start it back up, everything is going to work better and faster that way. So this is something that I do on a regular basis. It helps me out, and again, we configure for our clients. We configure this so that we can use these smart switches to actually power off their device. At a time where they're not needing it, power it back up. And again, there are so many different devices that connect to the internet, and having those devices, we even have some clients that are using smart devices to monitor the temperature in a freezer or the temperature in a refrigerator, so that especially if you have a lot of some of our businesses out there have a lot of money tied up in food that is in their freezer. And so, having a device that actually monitors that and alerts you if the temperature is not within a certain range, can actually help you quite a bit. And this is something that, again, you want to have these devices where they can connect to your network. Now, one of the things that's interesting is that some of these devices in the house, first of all, they actually need to connect to the network, and they need to connect to to get access to the internet, but they actually require just a very small amount of data, but they do need to connect. Now, your wireless network in your house or your business, it's very important. The more devices that you have, it's very important that you actually look at that and make sure that you have, really, I would say you want to have Wi-Fi 6. Now, why do you need Wi-Fi 6? Well, we have actually documented on this show the difference between using Wi-Fi 4 and then Wi-Fi 5 and then Wi-Fi 6. And what was going on back when we were actually using Wi-Fi 4 and we were connecting into the studio with Skype, I think, at that time, and then we were streaming to Facebook with our computer. And we had connected to a Wi-Fi 4 network, had about a 33% frame drop. Now, typically, the human eye can see 30 frames a second. And quite often when you're watching television or you're watching a movie, it'll actually have 60 frames a second. People that are high-end gamers, they actually want their frame rate to be even higher than that, so that if they get to a point where the system is actually struggling a little bit, that it drops down, and it drops down the frame rate, that they're still above 30 frames a second, so that they're not actually losing anything. And because if you lose something, you could actually have someone that's there that actually takes you out. You know, if it's like an action shoot 'em up game or something like that. Well, 30 frames a second is typically what is sent for streaming, and 1/3 of those were actually dropping, which means that basically one out of every 3 frames was dropping. So you could actually miss some of the content that's there. Probably maybe it might look a little bit jittery or not quite as smooth as it would look otherwise. Then we switched to a router that had Wi-Fi 5. Same network, same programs running. Our frame drop went from 33% frame drop to 30% frame drop. We then went to Wi-Fi 6. And in Wi-Fi 6, our frame drop went from not just, we didn't have just like 30%, it didn't go like 2% better or 3% better like it did with going from 4 to 5. We actually went to 0 frame drop. And I'll switch over to a full screen so that those that are watching on the internet right now, if you're watching on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, you can actually see this on my OBS Studio program that I use for streaming. I have dropped frames. Now we're 26 plus, almost 27 minutes into this show, 26 and a half at least, and drop frames 0. Not just 0% or 0 point something, 0 frames dropped. No frames have been dropped, and I'm streaming at 30 frames a second. And not only am I streaming to one station or to one platform, I'm not just streaming to Facebook. I'm also, if you look in the upper right, also streaming to YouTube at 30 frames a second. So really, I'm sending to 2 different networks, 30 frames a second. So I'm sending twice as much data to streaming to 2 different platforms, and I'm doing so with 0 frames dropped. And so this is pretty cool to be able to do that. And so the difference between Wi-Fi 4 can send data to one device at a time. And it's kind of like a merry-go-round with a machine gun. So if you could picture someone on a merry-go-round spinning around on a machine gun, the router's kind of like that. It's trying to get the data to the individual devices that are requesting the data, but it has to go in order. It has to send to one device, then to another device, then to another device. Wouldn't necessarily have to rotate around like a merry-go-round, but it could only send to one device at a time. Then you have Wi-Fi 5, which added what's called MuMimo, multi-in, multi-out. And with MuMimo, it can actually send to 3 devices at a time. So it can send 3 different packets out at a time. Then you get to Wi-Fi 6. So each of those packets can be broken down to multiple devices. So not only can it send out 3 different packets, but it can break down each packet. Like one packet might have your computer and your phone and your television and your smart thermostat and a smart outlet, because that smart thermostat and the smart outlet aren't going to use very much bandwidth. But in the Wi-Fi 5 in the Wi-Fi 5, they would take up one of those 3 packets. In Wi-Fi 4, the router would have to send something to that, even if it's a small amount of data, or receive a small amount of data, and wouldn't be able during that time to send to any other device. So the more devices you have, the more necessary it is to have Wi-Fi 6. And when you get Wi-Fi 6, you may actually find out that your computer may not be able to connect to it. We deal with this quite often, and I remember my first Wi-Fi 5, high-end Wi-Fi 5 network that I set up, my computer couldn't even see the wireless network. Not only not connect to it, it couldn't even see it. And so what, and all it needed was a driver update. And most of the time that's what it needs. And a driver is a small piece of software that allows the hardware to be able to communicate to the with the operating system, or allows the operating system to operate this piece of hardware. And in this case, we're talking about the wireless adapter, and a driver update gives it the ability to connect to a Wi-Fi 6 network. So if you have a computer and maybe it's not the newest computer and you don't have that updated driver yet, you probably didn't need it before you got a Wi-Fi 6 network. If you're in that situation, we can either update the driver, or we can actually also replace the card. That's a more invasive way, or a more expensive way, but we try, and many times we're able just to update just the driver, and that allows it to connect, and then you're able to connect and your network is able to perform.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC has been here, and as Florida begins to open for business,
The Faster PC.
will remain open to repair computers 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 Saturdays. We offer curbside drop-off and pickup, and on-site service where a Faster PC can come to you. And we can fix many computer problems remotely without requiring any in-person contact. A Faster PC is also working to help our customers set up remote access so that employees can continue to work and be productive from home. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 next to the new Dollar General in Port St. Lucie, and on the web at
www.afasterpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Even in times like these, when you have computer problems,
You need a Faster PC.
welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do. You do need a Faster PC, and we are here ready to answer your computer, your technical, your cybersecurity, your streaming questions, whatever technical questions you have. We're here to answer those, and we're here to equip you so that you can be more safe and you can protect yourself. So one of the things we did talk about last week was the ConnectWise vulnerability. And we're just in the beginning of 2024. And in fact, this particular vulnerability we talked about last week was officially announced on February 19th, 2024. Was originally reported and probably came up with the number, maybe a month and a half into the year. And already these two threats were labeled CVE 2024 1708 and 1709, which means that already in a month and a half, 1709 vulnerabilities were severe enough to be assigned a number, and so this is something that is really critical. If you missed that, you want to go back and watch that. We covered it in segments 2 and 3 of last week's show. And it does show you, definitely, if you're out there and you use ConnectWise, I know there are some people listen to this show, that watch this show, that actually are computer technicians. If you're out there and you use ConnectWise, you haven't patched yet, you need to do so. If you're out there and you're a company or maybe even a residential person or a home office or you have a medical office, a dental office, a lawyer's office, a legal office, whatever the case, if you have a IT firm that is not a Faster PC that is using ConnectWise, you need to make sure that they have installed the updates, because if they're not, your system is a sitting duck for this threat. So get out there and you can check that out on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can watch that video. And today, we want to actually give you a little bit of a rundown of what happened to a client of ours who's not on our managed services plan. They don't currently have our cybersecurity plan. They have said that they're going to sign up, but to date they have not. But they run a business. I'm not going to describe what type of business for their protection. They will be notifying everyone that was affected by this breach. But their front desk received a call from someone who identified themselves as technical support for the parent company. So this is a franchise, and the person calling said that they were from technical support and there was something that needed to be fixed. And so what happened is the person that answered the phone believed the person on the phone. They didn't verify, and they didn't say, well, they just believed that this was actually true, and they actually allowed the person to convince them to go to a website to download software. By the way, it was ConnectWise that was being used, and it probably wasn't associated with the threat that just came out this month, but this was actually a person, an employee, trusting someone on the phone that what they're saying is true and accurate, and that they're legitimate support for their parent company, and there's something that needs to be taken care of. So let's go ahead and allow this to be taken care of. So what actually happened is they went to a website, they downloaded the ConnectWise software, they opened it up, and they allowed this hacker to get into their system, and while the hacker was only there for about 15 minutes before another employee came, realized what was going on, and shut the computer down. But during that time, what the hacker did is the hacker went and the computer was logged in. They were using an email provider. The hacker went to that email provider and actually started forwarding multiple emails. Emails that had driver's license, emails that had credit card information, emails that may have had part of the audit that this business recently had. So all of this information that's really personally identifiable information, that's abbreviated quite often as PII, PII, personally identifiable information. Just think about on your computer, or your business computer, or your ministry computer, your nonprofit computer, your medical office computer, your law office computer, your accounting office computer. Think about how much data you have that has personally identifiable information. Maybe in your email box as well. How much data do you have? Are you sending out, or do you have files that have social security numbers, that have driver's license numbers, that have credit card numbers? Do you have date of births of people and this type of information? Do you have health plan information on your computer? Well, this hacker that convinced the front desk employee to let them in to the system, they were then able to again exfiltrate this data. Now, what happens when something like this happens is that, first of all, the hacker has the data. Now, thankfully, from what we have seen, and we've done scans on this system, we have installed advanced endpoint protection and endpoint detect and respond on this system, and we actually did not find any malicious payloads on this system, which really is surprising given the fact that they had 15 minutes on the system. 15 minutes may not sound like a lot, but really what they were after is exfiltrating as much as they could, as quickly as they could, and probably given longer periods of time, they might have actually dumped malicious payload on the system and actually run that. But we really didn't see that. We didn't see any ransomware. We didn't see any encryption. But they got data, and I'm sure that they got data to be able to use it, maybe to be able to sell it on the dark web, maybe to be able to actually utilize it themselves to steal from people using their credit cards to purchase items. So this is, and by the way, if you had a credit card and a driver's license number, you would know very likely the address of the credit card. So, and the person's name of the credit card, which would make it more likely that the sale would go through when you're actually purchasing something online. The sad fact is 91% of all cybersecurity events happen because someone lets the bad guy in. And this can happen, by the way, not just to a business. This can happen to personal computers. It can happen to home office computers. It can happen to office computers. It can happen to big companies. It can happen to small companies. There's the bad guys really, certainly they would rather get into an IBM or rather get into an Equifax. And we know that bad guys have gotten into Equifax. They would rather get into your bank, but if they can get into your computer, whether it's your personal computer, your home office computer, or an office, maybe you have 3 computers, 2 computers, maybe you have 1 computer, maybe you have 100 or 1,000 computers, however many you have, when they get there, they want to do damage and they want to get as much information as quickly as possible. And they want to typically, they want to try to establish a foothold so that they can do additional steps. Now, we've had, even on the personal level, even consumers, sometimes even people that are retired, that are on a fixed income, that don't have a lot of money. We've had customers that have lost $13,000, $20,000, $40,000. So, don't think that just because you're small that you can't lose money by these threats. Well, how did they, you might ask, how did they lose that? Well, they lost it because the person on the phone is trained to be able to trick them into transferring money into another account to quote unquote protect it from theft. And so these bad guys, they are very good at manipulating. They sound very, very trustworthy. They'll show you a badge that shows that they're a legitimate person. All the time, you don't realize that they're there to scam you. Well, if 91% of all threats happen this way, don't you think it would be good to have some training? And certainly it would be. And this is, by the way, why every single cyber liability insurance policy requires cyber awareness training. Every single government regulation that's related to cybersecurity requires employee training. And by the way, individuals can do employee training as well. The sad thing is, though, one thing that actually happens is that very few people actually perform this training. Very few companies actually institute this training. And this training, by the way, can be very inexpensive, and we can help provide it to you. We can provide an annual training, which again is required by cyber liability insurance policies. It's also required by the various FTC safeguards and the other types of cybersecurity regulation, the HIPAA training. We can even do training not just on cybersecurity, but on HIPAA compliance as well. So all of this type of training is something that, by the way, what you get with this, you can get an annual review or an annual training, and you can also get weekly training that supplements the annual training, and dark web monitoring, which monitors your domain name and the usernames that you're using to see whether usernames and passwords are on the dark web. And in addition to that, you also get a plugin that helps determine whether an email is actually legitimate or not. And in addition to that, you actually have spam testing, actual fake spam emails that are sent to you that try to get you to click on a link or open an attachment. And if you do so, you're not infected, nothing bad happens, but it's a learning process to learn that you should not have clicked on that link. If you're interested in any of that, our phone number is 772-878-5978.
And we're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, or just want to listen to it again or watch it again, because you can do that at our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can not only hear the show, but also see the show. And when we've described and shown you how to resolve computer problems, you can actually see that and watch it over and over again at our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to our website of fasterpc.com and clicking on the links. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5. And next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL. The title to tomorrow's sermon is A Love Worth Waiting For and Staying Faithful To, Part 1. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church Facebook page, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. You can find a Faster PC's Facebook page and YouTube channel by searching for a Faster PC on Facebook and YouTube, or by going to our website and clicking on the links. While there, you can actually watch the show, not only hear the show, but also watch the show and see the steps that we go through to actually resolve computer problems. A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 on the east side of US 1, just north of Rio Mar. We're also on the web at www.afasterpc.com. Again, that's afasterpc.com. And you can reach us at 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
This time of year, some people fast certain things, commonly red meat on Fridays. Jesus said that after his death, his disciples would fast, and he didn't limit it to a certain time of the year. Fasting on a regular basis can have a profound impact on your physical and spiritual life. Consider periodically fasting something and spending extra time praying and reading the Bible, and see the positive impacts on your life.
This is WPSL